Numbers and the dollars you can save. The focus of tonight's On Your Side report. The 19's Maria Guerrero checking into the affordability of a trend that has some local residents buying their beef in bulk. Maria.
In bulk, that's right. It's kind of a take of carpooling, but with families and friends buying beef and then splitting the price.
If you've ever wondered, where's the beef? It's in Susan Eng's basement.
Usually we get meals out of our freezer at least, 4 or 5 nights a week.
Inside, there's a quarter of a steer on 2 freezer shelves.
Probably what we get the most of is hamburger or ground beef.
Eng says it'll last her family at least 6 months.
Quality is big for us.
It's quality that's possible through cow pooling. From the Lodi Sausage and Meat Market.
They're cutting half a beef and they're splitting it in 2, so each party gets a quarter.
For 20 years, owner Larry Clark has worked with local farmers, selling and processing their meat.
It's an incentive for farmers to get more out of their beef by selling direct to the consumer. They cut out the middleman, so it's an incentive for them, and then we process it for them.
Buying together in bulk is not a new concept, but one Clark says has recently increased by 15% at his market.
In the last few years, especially with the way the economy is and the price has gone up so much in the supermarket on some of the beef cuts, it's more economical for them to do it.
The market cuts, ages, and packages however each family wants. It's this flexibility that makes the $418 price for a quarter of beef worth it for Eng.
For instance, we don't eat a lot of round steak, so we have more cube steaks or more hamburger made. And other people might want to have different things.
Another benefit for Eng, who grew up on a farm, helping local farmers.
I like knowing where it's coming from.
The beef in her freezer comes from a Lodi farmer she knows all too well.
I am buying from my brother.
In the end, it's all about convenience, cutting her trips to the store and sharing a tradition that's becoming a trend.
People are realizing that they can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They can support their local economy and their local business, small business people, and they can save themselves some money in the long run.
Larry Clark and Susan Eng both say before you start buying in bulk, be aware that it's not cheap up front. Prices range from $400 for a quarter of a steer, $800 for half a steer, and $1,600 for a whole steer. And you also want to have plenty of freezer space available. A lot of folks like Eng, you saw there in the story, have at least 1 extra freezer for all of this extra meat.
Yeah, and a big question there, what is the price difference between buying this and, say, buying how most people buy at a grocery store?
Right. Well, it really does range. We want to stress that. We crunched some numbers to do a price comparison. For example, a quarter of a beef yields 125 pounds of meat. You can break that down however you want, but let's say that it includes 15 pounds of each of T-bones, ribeye, sirloin roast, and 25 pounds of chuck roast and 40 pounds of ground beef. For our purposes, pricing the meat by pounds, that will cost you $418 at the meat market and $614 at the local grocery store that we went to there in Lodi. The store bought meat is almost $200 more, but we have to keep in mind that this is just one formula. Every single family is going to be different and will ask for different cuts, which means these prices will certainly fluctuate. The key is doing the price shopping. Decide what your family needs first. Price it out at the meat market, just as you would shop for the best deal at any grocery store. And in some cases, it is possible that you could spend just as much or more, but just get a better grade of organic cut of meat, which is some benefits to some people.
Yeah, something to look at for some people if they are not familiar with that sort of thing. Want to maybe look at ways to save money and eat closer to market.
Absolutely.
All right. News 3's Maria Guerrero reporting that for the 19. Maria, thank you.